welcome.
Welcome.
This is our second segment, and we had decided to do it on finances. My name is Savoie. I'm a holistic coach.
And I'm Annette, Savoie, holistic therapist. Today we decided that to change it up from last time, we decided to bring a different approach. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we would do if we had a client come in, and what I would do with that client, and then what you would do with that client.
It's also bringing a holistic perspective to the topics. So basically we'll be looking for some feedback also on how you guys like this approach. And without any further ado, do you want to
I'll
start
start
into it?
with, okay, I think we need a marker. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is I want you viewers to take out, if you have any money on you, take out a bill and do this exercise. And what it is I want you to ask yourself, what is your relationship to the money? Now, the reason I would ask that is, what is your relationship to money? So this is a powerful exercise if you do it properly. So you take the bill and you look at it and you close your eyes and you ask yourself, what is my relationship to money? And the first thoughts, the first feelings that come, I want you to write those down. So anything that comes down. So if your thoughts are money is, what would be your, give an example of what people might think.
What is
about
money?
Yeah.
Equals freedom.
Okay, so money equals freedom. So that would be a positive affirmation of money.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might think money equals stress.
Mm-hmm.
Money is evil. Whatever comes up in your thoughts, your feelings, it could be money, it gives me anxiety. Money is fun. Whatever comes up, you write it down. Write it all down. Your thoughts, your feelings. What comes to, does money equal there's never enough? Maybe that's what's going to come up for you. Never enough. Maybe you'll think money to me means that if I have more money, I might become a snob. Maybe it just whatever comes up to you. And the reason you're going to do that is I want you to realize what kind of relationship do you have to money, because that's important for a flow of abundance. We want to create a flow of abundance so that you're able to, feel good about money, and we want to create more positive things. So the first thing I'm going to do when a client comes is I'm going to establish what is your relationship, what is your pattern. So that could be a root cause of why you struggle with money. So basically, what is your pattern? So how have you managed your money in the past? Basically, have you always struggled with money? Is there always a problem with abundance? Do you find that you always seem to never have enough, no matter how much you make? So that would be important. So you look at your pattern. And once you establish your pattern, so let's just say, we'll give you an example. What would be an example, Paul, that people often tell you about?
The pattern?
Yeah.
Well, it's a vicious circle. So you're constantly, you just seem you don't have enough money to pay the bills.
Okay. So we have bills, and then we constantly have, let's say for what comes up is, never have enough money. So never enough could be one of your patterns. Never enough. So basically, in order to change that to being abundant, and abundant means a constant flow of money, okay? So basically, we want to change your relationship to money. We want you to love money. We want you to feel good about money. We want you to create more flow. So to create that more flow, we got to change your negative pattern. So that would be if you feel there's never enough, okay? And that comes basically from society. You know, from a young age, we mock what our parents, what our society gives us, our teachers, whoever tells us. If they say money causes you stress, or there's never enough money, or money doesn't grow on trees, those kind of examples, what that does is that creates that vicious cycle of you recreating that. So we want to get rid of that. Never enough to abundant. So basically what I do is I establish that. Now, of course, when you come in my office, what I would do is I would indirectly go into your energy field, okay, and do some reprogrammation so that you can feel abundant. And I would speak to your soul level and say, I am abundant. But for something that you can do at home is basically create all your patterns, write them all down, your negative patterns that you've had in the past, and then write affirmations to change that. So basically, you're going to recreate a new vocabulary for yourself. So you would say, I am abundant. Money flows easily and fluently. Whatever vocabulary you want to use. Like, I'm giving you examples of what I would use, but basically you create what it is, but you have to put it in a positive, in a now kind of vision, like as if you have it now. So I am abundant. I am a millionaire. I am flowing with money. Money comes to me easily. I'm a money magnet. So those kind of examples, okay? You keep them to the positive. The reason being is the universe, how it works is we send out positive vibes, and as your thoughts and your feelings start to change, you start to create what you've already established. So basically, a lot of our questions from our viewers was how to become more abundant, even if you have a lot of debt, or even if bills keep coming in. So in order to change that cycle, break it off, you need to start to change your vocabulary of how you speak about money. So every time you spend money, do not say to yourself, oh, here we go again, I'm wasting money. Because basically what you're sending out is you don't have enough. So what I want you to do is when you do pay for bills, say, I am happy that I am abundant and I'm able to pay this bill. Be happy with the vocabulary that you use. So your relationship must change. So sometimes what I ask is that you spend a little bit of time with the energy field of money, because this is a form of energy. So basically your thoughts and your feelings are energy as well. So you want them to correlate and make a good relationship. So sometimes I will spend a little bit of time of keeping money next to me and basically taking care of that money. So if you squish it all up and you say, then what you're sending out is negative energy. So we want to create positive flow. So you keep switching your patterns into positive patterns. Okay. So basically, from there, once you created that, like I am abundant, I am rich, I am a money magnet, it starts the flow. And then you start creating that money. So the money doesn't come in right away. Okay. A lot of people, contrary to what they've read or what they see, they think that just because you started changing it, but you have to firmly believe it in all of you, and you have to be careful of what you're saying on a consistent basis. So I have sometimes like people that will come to me, and I kind of have to laugh because clients will come to me, they'll say, okay, I'm here to change my pattern. And when they go to pay me, they take out 20s, you know how they stick, they'll say, oh, I really hate these 20s. And I always change it. I always take it and I say, I love you 20s. The reason is I want it to be like a magnet to me. Okay, so be careful of what you say on a consistent basis, because it will eventually cause a flow if you are consistent with your vocabulary in your relationship. Okay. Now we're going to move along to Paul. Paul's going to give you a little bit more of what he would do with you. So that's what I would do. I would recreate a new pattern in you, change your vocabulary, change your energy, change your relationship. And then Paul, he would work on basically, he can explain you that.
Thank you. All right, so after, just to follow up, I guess, on what Annette was saying is, when you're looking at your relationship with money, you want to create, the end result, the goal that we're looking for is to create abundance with money. So, and abundance means, and it can be, I guess, a different definition or a different goal for everybody. So you need to create what that definition is to you. So you need to create the vision of what money means to you. So vision is the number one thing that you want to look at. Once you've created your vision and your ideal relationship with money, then after that you can narrow it down and break it down into smaller goals, and then you can bring that to creating and actually manifesting the vision. So, for example, what you would like to do is, when you are looking at purchasing something, for the example for me was when I just purchased my new car, I was looking at it from a different perspective. I decided that I would go with an upgrade. I decided that I wanted something a little bit more luxurious, something that I felt comfortable, something that I really enjoyed. So I had to determine my wants versus my needs. I also looked at my finances, so you can't just go out there and start purchasing things without being responsible either. So there is an energy side of things, but there's also, a holistic side of things, but there's also the rationale side of things that you want to look at. So those are the two components that I look at, and we kind of come together. So, but if we go back down here to the vision, I had established that I wanted to purchase that car. So I looked at my finances and saw what it is that I could afford, and then I went through it. Another thing that provides me is that I'm enjoying driving that car. So every time I step in and I sit in my car, I'm proud of my purchase. So it's a good feeling. So I have positive energy when I get in my car, and it also attracts positivity in other aspects as well. For example, for me, it was also just another refreshing component of bringing in some new, fresh ideas, I guess, for my business. So we talked about, I talked briefly about looking at your current expenses and then also your cash flow coming in and your cash flow going out. So you want to make sure that that is in line. And then after that, looking at your needs versus your wants, and then establishing what works for you. Obviously, if you have that good relationship with money and you create that positivity around your purchases, around the money, you are going to be attracting more positivity as well in your life. And this is what we're trying to create, so the abundance of more cash flow within your life. Just looking at my notes here quickly. So you want to generate more positivity with your flow of money is what it is that we're looking at. So when you come to me with your questions about your lifestyle or your life coaching questions, this is the breakthrough that I basically do. So you're looking at your vision. Then after that, you want to set some goals to establish that vision. You're going to break it down into smaller aspects. The thing that I bring to this is that I'm bringing also a rationale side of things to it, and also a holistic point of view to it. So we're looking at it from those two perspectives, and it also creates a more positive lifestyle. And I think that's pretty much it, what I wanted to bring to this aspect. Is there anything else you wanted to bring?
So basically, I just want to add also is that you got to be grateful for what you already have, because a lot of times people, will come to see us and, they're saying, I don't have any, I don't have enough, they're not looking at what they do have. So that's important that they narrowed in, because if not, you're breaking that flow. Because if you're constantly stressing about, I don't have this, I don't have that. Look at, okay, do I have a vehicle? Do I have a roof on top of my head? Do I have food? Do I have, so that will make you look at the positive end of things instead of looking at the negative things.
You're looking at it from a perspective too of the things that, like you said, the things that you do have. So there are obviously there's things that you are grateful for, even if you are struggling financially. So you do, you know, whether it is a roof over your head, whether it's the vehicle, whether it's the food, the bills that you're able to pay. So be grateful for the flow of money that you do have within your life. And then create that positivity as opposed to looking from it from a negative perspective as if you don't have enough money. You actually do have money that you're paying these things, and you're able to live in this home, or you're able to drive this car, you're able to buy this certain foods, and so it's really bringing a different perspective, a positive perspective to life and money, and creating that abundance.
Yeah, so like we got a lot of questions on, okay, well, I have a lot of debt, right now I don't have a lot of money. We understand how it feels to not have enough money. The problem is energetically, if you're stuck on focusing on that negativity, on that wheel of that cycle, then you're not looking at maybe other options or looking at different flows. So by focusing on what you do have at that moment, then it will kind of multiply itself, right? So like he was giving the example of when you're driving your car, you know, of how you feel.
So basically I have my car, and it's obviously with an upgrade there is a little bit more expenses to it, but I'm not looking at it from a negative perspective. I'm looking at it from the positivity that it's generating. So it's kind of looking at it from that perspective. And I was able to look at my finances and determine, yes, I am able to afford that. So basically, when you're looking at your wants versus your needs for any purchase, you want to look at it from a long-term perspective, and you're going to feel good about that purchase, and that's what it is that you want to do. And by creating that positivity about the purchase, then you're not going to have what they call like the buyer's remorse or anything like that. So you want to look into it as a positive thing, and that you're happy about it, and that because of the money, the good relationship you have with the money, then you're able to purchase these things.
And also, as you were saying too, like if by creating that positive energy, then it gave you ideas to furthermore get some flow into your business. So in the end, by keeping that positivity, we end up being more grateful and creating more energy for positive things that could also give us more flow. Because sometimes people are not thinking, they're thinking, okay, well, this is all I have, but maybe you have more ways of generating money. So we want to thank our viewers for watching our segment. If you have any questions, please feel free to go on our websites, which we will have posted below, or call us directly. We're also on Facebook, Annette Savoie and Savoie. And we thank you very much.